To Cricket Predicta powered by 1xBet. I am Anant Kaur bringing you the latest and most exciting updates from the world of cricket. First, let's kick off with a blockbuster clash from last night where Sunrisers Hyderabad rocked the point table by beating RCB by 42 runs. Batting first, SRH piled up 231 for 6 in 20 overs thanks to a blistering knock from Ishan Kishan. In reply, Phil Salt and Virat Kohli gave RCB a flying start, but their middle order collapsed and they were all out for 189 in 19.5 overs. RCB had already sealed their playoff spot, but this loss dents their top two ambitions. And who benefits most? Punjab Kings. Punjab Kings leapfrogged RCB into second place. Gujarat Titans remain on top with 18 points, while both PBKS and RCB are on 17. So Punjab still have two more games to play and RCB just one. Meanwhile, Mumbai Indians sit fourth with 16 points for 13 matches. And now today, all eyes will be on the showdown tonight. Playoff bound Punjab Kings take on Delhi Capitals at 7:30 p.m. at Jaipur Savai Mansingh Stadium. Delhi are already out of their top four race, but Punjabs need this win to push straight into qualifier 1. Punjab Kings have 17 points from 12 games. Delhi have just 13 from 13. Here's a twist. This fixture was first slated for May 8 in Dharamshala, where PBKS was cruising at 122 for 1 in 10.1 overs until a blackout forced suspension due to India-Pakistan tensions. The BCCI rescheduled it as a free contest here in Jaipur. Head-to-head, Punjab and Delhi have met 33 times in IPL. PBKS hold a narrow 17-16 lead. And tonight, it's their first ever clash in Jaipur. And to discuss this and have all the insights, we have our guests today. We have sports journalist Tauz Rizvi and former Zimbabwe cricketer Stanley Chioza. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining. It's always a pleasure to have you on the show. How are you doing today, Stanley?
Yeah, it could be better, but obviously the IPL is taking a sudden whip in how it's going. Teams that you'd be expecting, to be trying their methods and trying to make sure that qualification is better understood and being in a better state are not going according to the plan. I mean, RCB getting that loss in yesterday's game versus SRH. So SRH proving their mettle that, yes, the season went bad, but there's still a team to contend with.
Oh, this different template sort of going on. And Tauz, how are you doing today? And what do you have to say about this, all this going on?
Yeah, I mean, there are things happening, a lot of things happening in IPL. I mean, yesterday and day before yesterday, two teams that were in the qualifiers that have lost their games to teams that were not even are not in the qualifiers. So we are seeing a lot of upset, and the same thing could happen today also. I mean, surprises will be thrown if Punjab loses this game to a team that hasn't qualified. A lot of things have happened in this IPL. Apart from that, today Team India has come out for the England series, and Shubman Gill has been confirmed officially as captain of the Indian team. So overall, it's a great, exciting day for Indian cricket and world cricket right now.
Oh yes, it's hearty congratulations to Shubman Gill for this landmark milestone in his career. And now let's come up to today's match. Delhi Capitals have the third best bowling economy, Tauz, but Punjab Kings have the highest batting run rate. So will this clash be a test of Delhi's control versus Punjab's aggression?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, these guys, Delhi, obviously they are out of the tournament. They won't be playing the playoffs, but then somewhere or the other they have to prove themselves, keep on playing, putting up so that they have their fans backing them. But yeah, Punjab, it's everything. This match is all for Punjab right now. Whatever we saw in the last two games, the teams that have qualified have lost their games to teams that haven't qualified. So Punjab will be very, very up on their toes. They won't take this particular game very lightly. Obviously, the batting lineup, and they would be keen on putting up a show. And especially Shreyas Iyer, the way he's led the Punjab side, he has changed the fortunes completely. And he's been a floater when it comes to the batting order and given chances to players like Nehal Vadera and all. So I think it's more about intent that we will be playing with, and of course depends on the top order of Punjab, Priyansh Arya and Prabh Simran Singh, the way they have performed this season, one of the important factors that has helped Punjab make it to the next stage. And control. Delhi is obviously in control, obviously because not just the whole lineup they have, but also they are not in the contention, so they will be playing freely. While Punjab will be under a bit pressure because they are eyeing that top two berths right now.
Yeah, that top two berth is not going to come easy, and we are seeing that very well. And now, Stanley, Punjab leads the tournament in boundary percentage when you see it's 23.88%, and death over scoring, which is 13.11 runs per over. So, can Delhi's disciplined bowlers like Kuldeep counter with that late innings firepower?
Look, I think the one thing that you got to take into consideration with regards to Punjab Kings, how well, like what Tel says, has that batting lineup has done. You know, that it has started all the way from the top into the middle, and that middle period, when you look at the way Shirsai has been batting, I mean, how often do you see a batsman in the non-popular overs having a strike rate of over 182, and Shirsai is only second to Nicholas Poran, who has 200. So that is the impact that someone like Ashish has to putting that significant input, the push towards getting runs for. So when you have in a nutshell, when you have a batsman who's playing well like that, whoever then gets an opportunity. In essence, Punjab Kings obviously is sitting pretty, but obviously in a game like today, playing in Jaipur, Punjab Kings have only played there once, so pretty much it's a bit of an even Stevens. There is a template to work with. Obviously, the game that was stopped, so that bowling unit of Delhi Capitals, obviously now they're missing Mitchell Starc. They have so they've had a bit of work to do in terms of what could we have done better to stop that top order from scoring. But then again, Punjab have that sort of similar template to say, okay, we faced these guys before. This is what we need to do now in these new conditions to make sure we continue with the way we have been batting.
Yeah, rightly said. And let's see how they come up with their batting. Now, and Thor's DC's net run rate is negative despite strong bowling stats. So does it reflect a batting unit's inconsistent beyond, when you see it's beyond KL Rahul and Karun Nair?
Yeah, one of the reasons why they have not been able to cross that particular line is their lack of consistency. Obviously, they must have expected Fab du Plessis to come good. I mean, coming up with all that experience, then Jake Fraser, a dynamic youngster who can bat, who's an aggressive batter, somebody who loves taking on the attack from ball one. So batters like them have failed, while you can see Akshar Patel had to come in between at number 4 sometimes, which means their middle order was also inconsistent. So somewhere or the other, if the batting has not been able to click this season, and I mean the way they started, they looked very, very promising, and they were one of the favorites to make it to the qualifiers playoffs. But unfortunate that they haven't been consistent. Only KL Rahul at 504 runs with a good strike rate and of 200 in the death and 60 average is still good compared, while the other batsmen haven't really come good the way they should have. So yeah, definitely it's one of the biggest reasons that they have failed to put up a show, and the reason they are out too quickly. I mean, even before this last 2 games, they were not looking convinced. They were lacking somewhere on that they may have defected.
Yeah, rightly said. All eyes will be on KL Rahul today. And Stanley, when you see that KL Rahul has scored 504 runs at an average of 63 and a strike rate of 200 in death overs. So is he the most complete Indian batter in this IPL when it comes to pacing the innings, what we've seen so far?
Well, I'll look at it in a different point of view, to be honest. I don't believe the role that KL Rahul has been used in this year's IPL is the role that he's suited for. KL Rahul is an aggressive batsman. KL Rahul is an X factor. KL Rahul is the sort of player who comes in at the top scores runs, and lays a foundation for those who come after. If he bats through, bonus. K. Rahul is the sort of player that comes in and changes an innings. That sort of batsman who should be striking at 160, 180 plus, pretty much the job that Suresh Iyer is doing. Now, what has he been asked to do this season? I think it's more of a role that he has had to adapt to because batting has not been going well for DC. He's had to put together innings slowly because he's lost wickets, because the start at the top has not been well. He's ended up having a strike rate of about 140 in that middle period. And then obviously, when he's batted long enough, he's then had an opportunity to tee up at the backhand. To me, that's not K.A. Rahul. When he's had the chance to open, that's the K.A. Rahul that we know. The guy who can score you a quick fire 100, lays the foundation for the team. So for me, he's not that all-round batsman that the IPL needs. He's that sort of X-factor. Get him up the order, make him face as many balls as possible, and let him set the foundation for your team.
Yeah, he is there to make the foundation for the team, and the other person who is laying the foundation is Prabsimran Singh. And toss Prabsimran Singh's death over strike rate is 283, and he averages 41.27. So is he Punjab's most reliable T20 finisher this season?
I mean, Prabsimran Singh starts from power play and then ends up with that average strike rate is something extraordinary for a batsman, for a Indian batsman like him. I mean, yeah, definitely he's been a game changer for Punjab along with Priyansh Arya. I mean, these two have been terrific when it comes to power play, and then if they keep on going, it's very difficult for the bowlers to handle. Yeah, these guys have been game changers, and especially Prabsimran, he's playing domestic cricket while for quite a few years, and he's been part of Punjab in the last couple of years as well. While Arya is just a rookie, I'm happy and very elated with the way these guys have handled the opening pair, and especially Prabsimran has taken up the responsibility of finishing through, and the way he has batted. Whether you talk about power play or whether you talk about giving that strike rate of 200 in the death, shows that this guy isn't afraid to take on the different situations, different challenges, and also that he's more of a team man than an individual guy who believes in getting those milestones. So yeah, he's quite a game changer for Punjab and a plus, and obviously has helped Shreyas Iyer lead the side convincingly, because without proper team, without backing of the team of the members of the team, captain cannot be successful.
Yeah, and that is what everybody will be looking forward to today as well. And from Prabsimran to Marcus Stoinis, Stanley Marcus Stoinis has a strike rate of 306 in death overs. Should PBKS promote him earlier, or is he most dangerous as a designated finisher?
I think the likes of Marcus Stoinis is the sort of player, because he likes to take a bit of time getting himself in. I think he's that sort of player that you can say any time after the 10th over, that's yours. That's your time to get in, because if he comes in after that 10th over, if they lose a wicket, he can still take up maybe 1 or 2 overs, and then you can still have him in the death. He's got the power. The only thing is he guaranteed a place in the team? Will he come in today? Because one thing is certain, his form has not been the greatest of late. So therein lies the conundrum. First things first, you've got to own a position in the team. You've got to guarantee yourself a place in the team before we can even think about how to use you. But then again, when you talk about his ability, I think he's that sort of player that should have a maintained position to say, after 10 overs, you really have to go in. There's no point in leaving someone like a Marcus Stoinis just to face 2-3 overs. You're wasting his ability. He can't score from when he bats long. So give him a bit of time to get accustomed to conditions. Remember, and I think this is probably one reason why Punjab Kings have done so well. 5 batsmen with a strike rate of above 150. And most importantly, they're all local. So when you get an overseas player, you've got to get him in a bit early so that you get a bit of time to get acquainted to conditions, and then they can tee off.
Yeah, it's like Punjab Kings is defining the Indian Premier League with a lot of Indians being out there and performing really well. And now, Thos, Karan Nair's middle over impact, when you see its strike rate is 300 in overs 11 to 14, is elite. Should DC look to use him more as a phase 2 anchor rather than just a floater?
Exactly. I mean, that is how he should be used, Karun Nair. I mean, there is some good news for Karun Nair as well. He's been picked in the Indian Test team, so he will be a confident man and a happy man, and will be in a great state of mind and would be keen on getting on those runs. So I think, yeah, if Shreyas Iyer, if the batters Delhi Capitals wants to use Akshar Patel, if he wants to KL Rahul to take on the attack, start the innings in the power play. Karun Nair is the man who can handle the innings because he knows how to switch on, switch off during different situations, during different conditions. So some or the other, he can take on the attack as well as rotate the strike. He's a good grafter as well. Somebody who scored a hell lot of runs in domestic cricket in red ball format as well as white ball. So I think he can be used in a very different way, in a very conventional way. But I think already our Delhi Capitals are out. I don't know how many more experiments can they do. But for now, to at least give these guys, youngsters, some opportunity, some good runs to score, this is the good time for to give Karun Nair a chance to bat at number 4 or maybe number 3, so that he can adopt to that situation and get into the go to the England with a lot of confidence if he gets runs away.
Yeah, surely he's a happy man today, and let's see how it reflects in his performance. And now, Stanley, Kuldeep Yadav is DC's most economical bowler with economy of 6.85 and effective in all the phases. So, will he be DC's key weapon against aggressive hitters like Priyan Sharya and Shreyas Iyer today?
I wouldn't say he will be the key or key weapon, but then I think he will be part and parcel of a good spin attack, because there's Akshar Patel in that as well. Obviously, key will be Akshar Patel's fitness, and should he come in, Akshar Patel he's quite a skillful bowler in that he can also open the bowling and then he can come in the middle. I think today key, like I said earlier, will be the conditions, because they're playing in Jaipur. DC hasn't played in Jaipur, so the conditions in Jaipur are expected to be a belter. With an average first inning score of 200, you can expect lots of runs. And what does that mean? That means it's a batting surface. So once it's a batting surface, you can expect little or no assistance for spinners at all. But then when you do look at someone like a Kuldeep Yadav and you look at his economy rate, one thing that it tells you that there's plenty of control in there. Okay, he's a wrist spinner, so it becomes difficult to take wickets. But when you have control, you can at least suffocate the runs, and then with suffocating the runs, you build up the pressure. So it's not about just the wicket-taking abilities, the ability to create pressure, which is what Kuldeep Yadav does very well, and obviously in tandem with Akshar Patel in those middle overs.
Yeah, let's see how that tandem sort of works today. And now Thor's Mitchell Starc leads DC with 14 wickets but leagues 11 plus in power play and middle overs. So can Delhi afford to use him up front, or should he be held back?
No, unfortunately Mitchell Starc is not there right now. He won't be playing for Delhi. He stayed back after that unfortunate incident, whatever happened in between India and Pakistan. But yeah, Mitchell Starc won't be playing this particular game, and Delhi Capitals have suffered because of his absence in the last 2 games. One of the reasons why he's not been part of this squad, and the reason why they have failed to qualify for the playoffs, because he's a big match winner. He's won Kolkata Knight Riders in their last final game, one of the biggest. He was the highest bought player in the auction last year, and then he delivered at the last. But he was a big match player at the end. For now, they will be missing him a lot. But now it's an inconsequential match. It doesn't matter whether he was in the last few games. It would have mattered a lot. Maybe the things would have been different, and Delhi Capitals would have been talking about how to make it to the top 2 of the playoffs, rather than if Mitchell Starc is playing in this inconsequential match or no.
Yeah, it has his absences definitely left mark, which we can see in their performance. Now, Stanley, Harpreet Barar has quietly emerged as PBKS death specialist when you see his economy is of 6. So, can he restrict Delhi's lower order hitters like Tristan Stubbs and Ashutosh in the final overs today?
Well, one thing about bowling at the death also comes with momentum, it comes with fluency, it comes with good form. But up and above that, the key to bowling well for any bowling unit in terms of the death, it's how you start from the power play, what happens in the middle overs, such that by the time the 16th over starts, because generally by that time teams are looking to go at 10 in the over, 50 plus runs in that last five. So you, as a bowler, by the time you come into work to do your bowling, you pretty much have somewhat of a target that you're working with. But as a bowler, you're looking to try and reduce the damage. That's the key aspect about bowling. And it's not really about searching for wickets. It's about minimizing the damage. And I think he's understood his role well. He's not trying too many things. He's sticking to a game plan, and that's one thing that's working. So for him to do well, it now comes down to how well do they do prior to the point that now that the death overs have started. So that will be the key thing. But nothing away from him, I think he's bowled very well in the death this season.
Yeah, he's bowling very well. And now when you come up to Faf du Plessis, he has a strike rate of 120 and struggles versus spin. So is he still a fit in DC's top order, or should he explore younger or more aggressive alternatives?
No, I think they should go for a youngster, man. Time is, Faf du Plessis was one of the reasons that he was picked by Delhi Capitals, all because of his experience and the skills that he had. Obviously, the talent that we all know, the experience that he brings in, whatever he did in the past for South Africa or Chennai Super Kings or whatever teams he played for. But unfortunately, this season he hasn't delivered the way the franchise might have expected. And one of the reasons, again, along with Mitchell Stark, the failure of Faf or the lack of consistency of Faf, that they have not been able to make it to the next stage. So I think this is a game which doesn't matter much when it comes to making it to the next round or no. It's just another match, and a good match to experiment, a good match for any other youngster to get some confidence, get some runs, get a kind of boost for next year. So it's irrelevant to play Faf du Plessis in this particular game. So I don't think so. They should go with him. Rather, they should get in a youngster to open the innings, or maybe KL Rahul, or start the innings with Karun Nair, maybe where Karun Nair plays a role of anchor, or maybe Jake Fraser for some entertainment. But I don't think so. Faf should be given this opportunity. He doesn't. He can look forward next year as well.
Yeah, and now quick prediction, thoughts, it is PBKS or it's DC today?
See, whatever we saw the trend in the last couple of days, I'm scared to pick Punjab, the qualified team. But because anything can happen, I never expected LSG to put up such a show against Gujarat Titans, but they have put up. Then again in the last a game before that, something happened to RCB. So I wouldn't still choose. I would choose Punjab over here. I would expect Punjab to put up a show because they have qualified. They have to take that confidence in, because one defeat against a team that hasn't qualified will down your confidence completely. So let's hope Punjab wins, and I'm backing Punjab in this game.
Okay, Tawz is backing Punjab's, and Stanley, who are you backing today?
Just like what Tal said, it's been really difficult to really put a stamp on the name, because things have just been going the other way. So let's see today. Let me go with the Delhi Capitals, and I would like to see, someone like a K. Rahul. It's probably their last game anyway, so like to see him finishing off on a high note. And I think more importantly, him stamping his authority in the sense that he's a top order batsman. I'd like to see him stay at that opening position, whether it's with Karuna, whether it's Faf du Plessis. I'd like to see him do well. I think it'll be a very good surface. I think runs on the board are going to be key here, because I think it's going to be pretty much even Stevens with regards to the bowling attack. So I think the key lies in who bats well. Yes, Punjab Kings have got a long batting attack, but I'd like to see the KL Rahul finish off on a high note this season.
So let's see if there is any upset or not. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining in. And again, a hearty congratulations to Shubman Gill for getting that test captaincy. And thank you so much for everyone for joining in. You know where to tune in. This is your favorite Predicta show. Now, see you tomorrow.